I basically have a crush on this pizza. Hey guys, it's me, Schlee. Welcome back for another MRE video. Today's video is going to be pretty special because I have a very fresh MRE right here. This is from 2024 and it is menu 23, pizza slice pepperoni. Another thing that makes this ration so special is that it was sent to me by a subscriber who is called Herpetile, and he also has a YouTube channel. I'll link his channel up above. He does different knife and weapon reviews. I think some of y'all will like that kind of content, so be sure to check him out after you watch this video. As always with anything that is sent to me, I am very thankful and excited about it, so let's go ahead and open this up and see what happens. And just a quick caveat before I jump in here, I know there are a lot of people who have strong and or mixed feelings about the MRE pizzas. I'm not going to be comparing this to a Papa John's or Domino's pizza or a pizza you'd make at home. That is not fair. It's a totally different ball game with MREs. So I'll just go ahead and state that I think this is a marvel of food science and I am a huge fan of it. I've had it one time before, so expect extremely positive reviews from this video. So here is our brand new 2024 MRE. This is the freshest MRE I have ever eaten, I believe. The date code right here is 4227, so this is from the 227th day of 2024. I mean, you could not really get fresher than this. And you may have noticed this is in the brand new MRE packaging. So we have no more peelable seal, we just have a tear notch that we're going to get into right now. Okay, I'm not sure sideways entrance was the correct method for opening this, but that's how it worked, so we're going to roll with it. And the first thing in this ration is, oh great, an oatmeal cookie. You guys know how much I like these, and I think that is a good omen for the rest of this ration. We also have, ooh, apple pieces in spiced sauce. I have never had this before. There's actual butter in that. I like butter. We have some good old standby crackers. Peanut butter, delicious. Here's our accessories packet. All right, then we have beverage-based raspberry. It's not orange. This is our apples in spiced sauce. So that is going to go over here with the nutrition card. Then we have a chocolate protein drink powder. You guys know how I feel about that. I will elaborate more later. And then we have our FRH hot beverage bag. And our main, our Bridgeford pepperoni pizza with cheese and sauce from Statesville, NC. And the last thing we have in here for real is our beautiful brown MRE spoon. Look at that right there. All right, so that is everything in this ration. I think I'm gonna keep this packaging, even though I kind of mangled it because this is the first new package MRE I've ever had, so it's special. All right, now that everything is out and visible, let me tidy this up a bit and then we'll start heating some things up. First things first, I want to put the main and the apple slices in the ration heater. Again, I've never had a ration heater that is this fresh, so we'll see how it works. Oh wow, that fired right up. It's even steaming, you guys see that? And now we wait. So along with the oatmeal cookie omen, I feel like that ration heater starting up was another good sign, so I'm feeling really good about this ration so far. Let's get the accessories packet open now. We have creamer non-dairy dry, American flavor Splenda, Bill's Brew freeze-dried coffee, iodized salt, a moist towelette, some good old toilet paper, regular sugar, and some peppermint chewing gum. Let's get our drink mixed up next, our raspberry beverage. It has such a nice tart raspberry smell. And it looks like blood. Very appetizing. The color is so intense, you guys see that? Time for the first taste test of this ration review. Cheers! So that little smile I gave was for two reasons. One, that tastes exactly like the Kool-Aid Jammers in the plastic bottle that I used to drink as a kid. That was a huge throwback. I have not thought about those in years. And secondly, I'm kind of concerned that red dye is going to really stain my lips and teeth. We'll see if that happens later in the video. As far as the actual flavor of this drink, it is a very strong artificial raspberry flavor. It's not unpleasant at all, and it is quite sweet too. There's maybe just the slightest note of tartness at the very end, It has a very summery, punch-like flavor that I like a lot. Like I said, it brings me back to summertime being a kid, and it's only springtime here now in North Carolina, but it's getting warm outside. So this is tasting good. Next, I'm going to knead up this peanut butter, and then we'll put it together with the crackers and have ourselves a little amuse-bouche while we wait for the main to heat up over there. Okay, I think our peanut butter should be good. I'm not too worried about that being separated since it is so fresh, but we'll see when I open it in a second here. For now, let's get these crackers going. Date code on the crackers is 4213. Yay, here they are. We got a little bit of crackage, but nothing catastrophic. I'm gonna try just a little bit of the plain cracker to see how it is. Again, I've never had these crackers this fresh. This actually tastes significantly better than the ones that have been in storage for years. What really stuck out to me was how buttery and rich that cracker tasted. I have had a little hint of butter flavor in these crackers in the past, but these fresh ones really taste buttery. They're still nice and kind of flaky too. Pretty crumbly as you saw, but the peanut butter will fix that in a hurry. And it's been a while since I treated you guys to an art class with Schlee, so I think I will do that today. I'm not sure how legible that's going to be to y'all, but what I attempted to write was TYH, which stands for Thank You Herpetile. Okay, some struggles were had during the distribution of the peanut butter, but we conquered, and we are moving on. So let's have some super fresh MRE peanut butter and crackers. It's good. The peanut butter actually tastes a little bit less sweet than I recall it tasting. I haven't had this in a while, to be fair. But I actually think the fresh cracker with that nice rich buttery flavor is sort of competing with the peanut butter for flavor, as opposed to in the past, it was basically just the cracker was a bland vehicle to get the peanut butter to your mouth. Not so in this case. I don't want that to come off as the peanut butter isn't good, by the way. It's delicious as always. It's sweet, it's creamy, has the perfect consistency. You can't go wrong with MRE peanut butter. Even if it does taste a little different than I remember it tasting, it is still really good. Let's move on to this oatmeal cookie. I did save a little bit of peanut butter to put on here as icing because I've had that combination before and I know it's good. I'm really excited about this. A super fresh oatmeal cookie. Just takes your breath away. Smells amazing. I know I've mentioned in the past these oatmeal cookies smell so good when they come out of the package. This one is by far the best smelling. It has such a fresh cinnamon smell. It's a cinnamony, ginger snappy, fall, bakery fresh type of smell. And that's exactly how I would describe it. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has almost a sheen, like a freshness sheen on it in some places. And especially when you turn it over, you can see the big pieces of oatmeal baked in there. There you go. You can really see it in the glamour shot. So nice. I know I haven't had my main meal yet, but it's a special occasion, so I'm gonna have dessert first. Honestly, it's hard to believe how good this tastes. They got the perfect balance of cinnamon, sweetness, crunch, and oatmeal flavor in this cookie, and that's what makes it so delicious. I actually wish, since this one is so fresh, that I had some ice cream and I could put a dollop of ice cream on top. That would make an amazing dessert. It does still have that crumbly texture, as you guys can probably see. So the freshness doesn't seem to affect that, but the flavor definitely comes through a lot stronger and bolder now that it is fresh. All right, let's dress her up a little bit. Oatmeal cookie with peanut butter icing incoming. I wish you guys could taste that, it's so good. The first thing I noticed is that the sweet cookie really brings out the saltiness of the peanut butter, and not in a bad way. It's actually a really good balance. The creamy peanut butter is just like icing. It has the perfect texture and consistency to go on top of the crumbly cookie. And it's two different types of richness. Like I mentioned before, you have the rich buttery cookie and the rich creamy peanut butter, but they really blend and meld so well, and it is a great flavor combination, trust me. Okay, time for the moment of truth. We need to check on our apples and our pizza and see how this FRH did. These apple pieces are nice and warm. They're not super hot, but I also did not have them all the way in the heater. I had to like shove them in really fast at the end, so they did not get all the way down to the bottom, but that's okay. Ooh, oh, that looks really yummy. You guys see? And it smells good too. I really wish I had left this spot blank for the apples, but I didn't think far enough ahead for that in typical Schlee fashion, so we're gonna improvise. So here we are, we have our apples and spice sauce. I know there have been versions of this in past MREs, but I have never had it before. I've always wanted to get it, but I had to wait until now, which is just fine. Good. The apples themselves are very good. I'm not an apple connoisseur, but I think these are Granny Smith apples. Just based off of how tart they are, they still have a nice bit of crunch to them as well. And that tartness pairs really well with this rich, sweet syrup. I know I mentioned butter was an ingredient, and you can tell it really has that homemade sort of syrupy consistency that you would expect from an apple pie filling or from an apple pie itself. As for the spices, you can see different little flecks in here, but I'm not getting a lot of cinnamon flavor. I think this might be nutmeg. I'm not that well versed on baking spices, so don't take my word for that, but I think it is nutmeg. I'm not sure if y'all can hear just how crunchy these apples still are. I'm glad I finally got to try this. I really like this. I think the texture is great. It's a really nice home-style dessert, and I think I'm gonna put a little bit of oatmeal cookie in here, kind of like a crumble topping on an apple pie. I think that's genius. That should intensify the cinnamon flavor as well. Okay, now that actually looks so much like an apple crumble. That is impressive. And I think the taste is gonna be impressive too, so let's see if I'm right. The taste is good with the cookie crumbled up over the apples, but I honestly think the cookie and peanut butter belong together way more than the apples. The apples don't need a companion, the cookie does. The cookie pieces do elevate this though. You get that crumbly top like on an apple pie or an apple crumble. You get extra cinnamon flavor and just extra goodness in every bite. So it is a nice touch if you wanted to save some of your cookie to put on top of this. The time has come to partake of our pizza. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Not you. I don't want you. Oh, it looks so good. I'm really impressed with that. There's the underside. You guys want to see the crust? That is hot, by the way. My fingers are very red. All right, I'm ready to dive in. So here we go, everybody. Honestly, it's kind of silly how much I enjoy this. I basically have a crush on this pizza. Okay, several bites later and I am ready to talk. First thing about this pizza, it is so flavorful. You have the crust on the bottom, which is sweetened. It's a sweetened pizza crust, but that's okay because it pairs really well with the savory tomato sauce, the cheese, and then the spicy pepperoni. The pepperoni does have a bit of a kick to it. The tomato sauce is also a little bit sweetened. It's nothing crazy. It's mainly the bread, I think, that is sweetened. The crust also is so soft and pillowy. It has a great texture when you're chewing it too. Just enough bounce, a little bit of resistance, but it's not tough, which is really nice. And like I said, I'm just a huge fan of this. I think it is a great combination of flavors and textures and a great way to give soldiers at least a reminder of something they like if it's not exactly the real thing, right? Distribution is also really good. There's plenty of sauce. I'm not sure how well you can see the pepperoni against the sauce because the color is really similar, but there's plenty of pepperoni and there's also a good amount of cheese on here and it is so good. Oh, and for anybody who was curious, the pepperoni is beef and pork pepperoni. It has great flavor and that spice is such a nice touch, especially because you don't have a Tabasco or a jalapeno cheese spread in this one to add any kick. They got it perfect with that balance. Also, for anybody who was curious, no, I'm not gonna make this. I'm just gonna skip it for this time. You guys know I've had this in the past and I'm not a huge fan, so we're just gonna pass right over this little fella. I really like the components of this ration. I think this is a very home-style ration between the pizza, apple pie-esque apples over here, and then an oatmeal cookie. I think that is a great combination. I think the way they pair things together in these rations, again, it's part of the science of creating these meals, and this one, definitely a win for me. Okay guys, that is it. I have tried everything from this ration at menu 23, pizza slice pepperoni, and I had a great time. I want to say thank you again to Her Patel for sending this to me. I appreciate gifts like this so much. I can't even express it to you guys in words. I've just had so many wonderful things sent to me. I mean, my canteen cup, Luke was sent to me by a subscriber, and then I've even got things like this string of knots right here. That was handmade for me by one of you guys. Since I started this channel, I have seriously gotten so many nice gifts, packages, even letters from y'all. And it means the world to me. It seriously does. I don't even know how to say thank you enough. I hope it comes across in my videos how appreciative I am and how happy it makes me. I wish I could hug every one of you or build like a giant statue of tribute to you out of MRE spoons or something like that, but the best I can do right now is make these videos and tell you a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am certainly going to enjoy the rest of this meal off camera. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!